Yeah, we're in the red now. I hate how this thing just drink. 33 liters a minute we're on at the moment. Oh my god. Alright, what's up YouTube? This must be fast. 775 game, come back to you guys with another episode of SNOWRUNNER on Season 16. Yes guys, we're back out here again today. Hope you're all doing well. Today is episode number 15, I believe. And today guys, we are going to be doing some pretty big jobs, if I'm being honest. We are going to be, well, what we're going to be attempting to doing, I'm going to say attempting in like, quotations, because I don't know if I'm going to get all this done, because we're going to have to do a serious amount of driving today. We're going to be attempting to do a Pillar of Progress, which is the main bridge on Selten River Mountains. And we're going to be also attempting to do Lifeline, which is the downed power tower on Selten River Mountains. We're going to be kind of starting off by doing a couple of the stages of the power tower, mainly just the stages with the recycling containers, mostly because I want to check out this cargo because we haven't done so yet. Yeah, so we'll load them up there. Unfortunately, the recycling center doesn't actually give you an infinite amount of these things. We only get 2 out of here, which is enough to complete one of the missions. So yeah, that's kind of annoying, if I'm being honest. If we want more containers, we have to go to the port from now on, which is actually quite a bit longer, quite a bit more out of our way to do so. But yeah, these things are pretty cool, and also the thing I really like about them is they actually have the fork spots for the Caterpillar TH if you want to use those to pick them up, which is really nice. So I'm assuming what's going to happen, or at least what I'm hoping is going to happen with this mission, is that when we deliver the recycling containers, it will get rid of the blocked power tower. And yeah, I'm really hoping it does do that. And then when we haul away, we'll haul away the scrap metal containers, or these containers filled with, I'm assuming, scrap metal. I'm really hoping that's what will happen, because I would quite enjoy if I could get that section of the road open just that little bit more quickly. Like I said, or did I say this? I don't know. I do want to actually complete the bridge first, but I kind of want to see if we can try and clear the power tower first. That's kind of what I'm hoping with the kind of staged part of this mission, and then it'll be cleared, and then in the next stages we get it built or whatever. That's just what I'm kind of hoping. Yeah, you'll see a little bit more here once we get onto the map itself, what I'm talking about. Yeah, also another couple of things just to note here right off the bat. There's going to be a lot of driving in today's episode, like I said, so I'm gonna have to do quite a bit of fast forwarding, and probably a good bit of cutting as well, if I'm being honest. And also, I'm recording this video late, so well, there's not much surprise there. But yeah, last week I was recording late because, well, I just had bad plan. That was just bad planning. That was just bad. It was just my bad on that part. I forgot to. Yeah, that was just on me. This week though, the reason why I'm recording late is because I was sick. So a little bit less on myself. It's kind of on myself at the same time as well, though not for not keeping myself well, but there is a chance that this video will be out late. And if it is out late, if it's out like a day late, if it's out, yeah, it'll probably, if it does come out a day late, I do apologize for that. I just want to put that out there, just so people know. Yeah, so back out here using Padera again. I thought this would be, well, the only reason why we're using this truck is just because it was in a good position. I did have to set up quite a few trucks for today's episode, and I've even been setting up even more trucks that we're not even going to be using in today's episode, I don't think. Yeah, just to try and get a head start on, you know, planning out some of the other missions that we will have to do. But yeah, I really don't know how we are going to really be proceeding after this episode, if I'm being honest. I still need to figure that out. Well, assuming we get what I'm talking about doing done in this episode. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff still to do in this region, which is annoying me a small bit. I really want to get the regional progress done at least before season 17 comes out, but like I said before, I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to do that. We can try though. We can try. Padera's doing a pretty decent job here though so far, anyways. It does fit. I can definitely feel the weight of this truck, you know. It's definitely a bit underpowered, which, you know, is something I knew from, it's something we kind of knew from day one. But, like, yeah, it kind of can feel it in the truck. Still, it does a pretty good job off-road. It does a pretty good job. Every once in a while, it is nice to get a truck that introduces a bit more of balance to the game rather than just being completely overpowered. And yeah, that is the one thing I do like about this truck. Come on, Padera, you can do this. You can do this. There you go. And there we are. Through to Selten River Mountains. Okay, so I just need to make sure. Yeah, okay, we can deliver to both sides of this thing. This is the damaged power tower, just for reference, obviously, because I didn't show that yet. Not this episode, anyways. Also, here's the bridge that we're going to be building. That's where that is. So yeah, that's where we got to drive to. Actually, I need to just mark it out here. Yeah, so in essence here today, really, today's episode is more about, you know, just getting kind of the main parts of the, you know, the main road up and running in Selten River Mountains here on this map. It's just, yeah, about getting some of the main parts of the road infrastructure back up and running. It's not even about getting the power tower up and running. It's just about getting the road cleared because, yes, that is important. And then in the next episode, you know, we could do actually more of that kind of stuff in the next episode. There's a chance we might. I have been kind of thinking about going at the broken train bridge on Selten River National Park, and we could kind of get that done. I'm not sure if we will, but we could. You know, that kind of way. It's not a terribly hard job to do the first part of the mission anyways, but I don't know if that's going to clear the bridge or if that's just going to I don't know what that's going to do, you know, that kind of way. I don't look up how these things really work a lot of the time. I just I like to experience everything for myself. However, that being said, I have been doing a small bit of looking through on MapRunner there recently, just because we have explored, you know, the vast majority of the maps really. So I'm just looking through just to see, you know, make sure that I have found all the tasks and stuff like that. And it's a good thing that I did actually do that, because turns out I haven't found all the tasks on these maps, and I have done just a small bit of scouting on mainly Solace Bay, actually. Yeah, it's mostly Solace Bay where I hadn't found a couple of jobs. I think there's like one time trial, and there was like one I think it was just one mission which I hadn't found, and it's kind of ridiculous because I was so close to. I think I threw up my radar in town on Solace Bay, or jeez, how do I explain it? I don't know. I don't know. One of the missions was like right by the lighthouse, I think, and I just never drove up the road next to the lighthouse. That's the best way to explain it. It's a job to recover a Ankh Mark 38, and it needs to go to the mine on Solace Bay. and I just never knew that. I just didn't realize the job was there at all. So that was kind of funny. And also, I think there's another time, like I said, there's another contest on that map as well, which I still actually need to go discover. And the funny thing is, it's just the tiniest bit of grayed out area on the map. It's not even blacked out area, it's just grayed out area. That's kind of the thing I'm trying to explain. The areas where these tasks are were like all right outside of the radar zones, I guess, because I know I was using my radar on the freaking Earthroamer SX when I was exploring the place. I know I was. So yeah. Somehow I've managed to miss at least 2 tasks, which is kind of crazy. I don't know how I managed to do that. Okay. But yeah, now we're onto the main sort of road here. Yeah, this is where things are gonna get kind of complicated for this episode for me anyways, because yeah, this isn't really great content, is it? Just me driving on the main road. Not unless I have a lot of stuff to talk about, which I don't. I just don't. Sometimes I do, but you know, at the moment, yeah, not really. I do like the fact that I am getting to do the this new cargo here for the first time, but at the same time, it's not too much different from when they added the garbage container cargo, is it? In when did they add that? Was it season 8? I could have swore it was season 8 when they added that. Also, I don't know if they added any other new cargoes in this update. Did they? I actually don't remember. It's been so long since the update actually came out. I genuinely don't remember if they added any other new cargo types. Like, I don't think the transformer. There is some transformers that we have to transport, but I don't think those are new cargoes. I don't think they are, anyways. Okay, there's the tower, anyways, and yeah, there is actually just a. Oh, jeez. Okay, that's not level, is it? Yeah, the one annoying thing about actually fixing this tower is that, well, this is here. This isn't that great of an area to drive through, especially not for highway trucks, which actually I would kind of enjoy if I could use a few highway trucks from time to time. I don't know if they'll fare well through here. The Padera is doing alright, but like, it's definitely not tarmac under all this water. It's definitely mud, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty damn sure it is, because I remember I tried driving through here in the Earthroamer LTI, and it struggled for a minute, I think. Yeah, it definitely did. 8x8 really helps though, doesn't it? Oh yeah. You gotta love being able to turn off your all-wheel drive as well. It saves so much fuel. Okay, cargo management, empty containers. Oh, look at that. Ah, okay, that's real cool. I actually think that's really cool. That's really cool. I like that. Okay, and now we've got our filled containers. Okay, cool. So I'll load these up. I think I'm probably sure I'm just going driving straight back to the place that we started here today, guys. So I think I am actually going to cut this part of the video out. So I'll just catch back up to you guys once I get back up to the garbage facility, because I'm not going talking my way back on the exact same route, like literally the exact same route. Okay, but that is really good. But it is really good though. Oh, come on, lift it. It is really good though. That is exactly what I wanted to happen. I wanted it to clean up the power tower, and yeah, that is actually really good. You know, if I had known that it would do that, I probably would have, you know, done this a while back, but like only half completed the mission, you know, and left it for left it to finish, it, like to another episode or whatever. Oh jeez, I can't speak now. Okay, just give me a second here. Oh, also they got the fork things on the roofs of the containers now as well. Oh, look at that. It's pretty cool. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let me just bring these back. I'll see you guys here in a second. Alright guys, here we are back at Blue Steel Recycling. Very nice. So yeah, I don't know, is this just a steel recycling facility? That's actually something that's just come to mind now. I don't know. But here we are. 2 containers. Stage complete. Okay, and now we have all of the stuff that needs to be delivered in order to rebuild the tower. But yeah, like I was kind of saying at the start of the video, we are not going to do that right off the bat. Which one is? Forget which one's which. Now the main reason, we're gonna build the bridge itself here first. The main reason why we're going to do that is because the coiled tubing trailer that the other mission wants is down here, and it would be a real convenience to me anyways if we could just use this bridge rather than having to do all the off-roading. So we're gonna do this first. We're gonna do it this way. So yeah, we'll go ahead and hop into the Caterpillar CT680. Yes, one of my favorite trucks from the base game, if I'm being honest. Well, at least once you unlock it. It does take a while to unlock this truck, but you know, it's rank 13, I believe, or something like that. It's definitely not the best truck in the game or anything like that, but it's just one of those trucks that I like. It's just fun to use. It's just a good truck, you know, that kind of way. Well, only really for semi stuff, but yeah, it's just one of those trucks I like, you know, that kind of way. Yeah, so the first part of this mission, anyways, for the bridge is simple enough. We just have to deliver this service trailer here, and of course, this is the reason why I wanted to clear the power tower, just so we could use the main road. Yeah, these are the only reasons. These are the only reasons why I've done these things. We'll get back to that anyways. Now, I do need to cross my fingers and hope that this truck is actually capable enough of drive through here. This is one of those problems, isn't it? This is just a really annoying section. Why did they have to put this here? It's so stupid. Like, why? Why couldn't this just be a normal piece of road like the rest of it? I mean, to be, like genuinely, if this, apart from this section of road, I think, you can build a pretty much complete section of roads. Like, the main road on this map really does go the entire way through all the maps. It really does take you the entire way. And there isn't too many, you know, bad sections, I would say, that are, you know, that you might have to drive around. There might be 1 or 2 small ones on the other maps, I think. But yeah, like the road, the highway system, or whatever you want to call it, the main road system in this region is really good. It is really strong. It is a real strong road network. However, with that being said, it is just as time consuming to use as it would be to just go off-road with trucks in most cases, because whilst it's a real strong road network, it's a very long road network. Like, it's not just driving straight, it's not just going straight through the maps or anything like that. It is taking you the long way around. Like, in a lot of cases, in 90% of the 90% of the time, it is taking you the long way around. It's not, yeah. There's always a downside somewhere. Yeah, but this should be pretty quick and easy to do. The only reason why I really chose this truck in particular is because I actually need a truck to rescue that trailer there. Yeah, we just need him to tow this trailer, and then, well, in a future episode, it's not going to be this episode, we're going to use him to pick up that trailer, I think. And we'll use him to do, we'll use them to, you know, try and do a couple of jobs around this map. I'm not sure if we'll be doing some tasks or what we'll be doing exactly. We definitely need to do that weather tower job that I accepted, and I haven't, you know, completed or anything like that. There's that medium plank there that's for one of the towers. Yeah, you gotta... I shouldn't have accepted that job if I'm being honest. I should have brought the materials, but then, you know, waited on accepting the job, because I didn't have any intention of actually completing it. You know, that kind of way. It's fine or whatever. We'll finish it at some point. Well, I say that, but at the same time, you know, it might not be on camera. I'll probably finish this, even if I don't finish this region on camera, I'll probably finish it off camera. Come on, Caterpillar, there we go. Actually, I'm not sure if this is actually the best way to do this. We're literally just taking the same direction as we went with the Padera here. Could probably drive down here, actually. That might be a bit of a shortcut. Let's keep it interesting. Let's try and do some crazy shortcut. Yes, that is how you keep things interesting. You do some crazy shortcut that might not work. But if it does work, it'll be saving me mere minutes, if I'm being honest. Come on, cat, let's go. Let's go. Ow. Ah. Damaged my suspension. Seriously? Turn that off. Oh, that's a bit awkward looking. It's fine. Probably. Come on, cat. Get through it. There we go. Yes. Because a cat always lands on its feet. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, it's just one of these. This is just one of those trucks. It's just one of those good old reliables for me. It's never failed me. Well, at least it's never failed me in some kind of spectacularly stupid way. Let's leave it at that. Anyways, how are you guys doing today? Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all having fun. Hope you're all doing better than I was this week. I was real sick this week. For me. I've only kind of come right today, if I'm being honest. Yeah, and that's the reason why I'm recording this late, which is pissing me off a small bit. But hey, you know, it happens. Hope you've all been doing better anyways. Better than I have. Yeah, and I hope you're all having fun in this season and stuff like that. Hope everything's going good for you. Most people, I'd say 90% of people have this region complete. And I'm still just ticking away at it. Okay, so, huh. No, if I'm being honest, I kind of expected a stage complete or something out of that, but no, nothing. Okay, just took it. Okay, cool. Cool, I guess. So, what are we going to do now is the question. Well, the biggest thing that we have to do from here is get the concrete sorted. Because, well, we need to craft it. So, we need to bring a large quantity of cement from Solace Bay. I say large quantity because, yeah, I don't want to have to do this trip more than once. And it's also the reason why I've enlisted the International Paystar 5600 TS to help us with this mission. So I'm going to be attempting here to bring about 10 things of cement with me. I think that's what I'm going to try and bring. So yeah, I'm going to have to drive across the river here. I'm just going to kind of double stack them up here. I'm going to have to drive across the river with it and up through the tunnel that we've been using so far in this episode. And yeah, I'm going to drive through there and we're going to, well, attempt, yeah, we're going to drive through there. We're going to drive under the bridge where we just were and go to the concrete plant in that sort of direction. You saw where it was on the map anyways. It's actually pretty close to where the bridge is, which is actually quite nice for this mission anyways. but maybe not for the rest of them. Come on. Come on, there you go. Yeah, we're just gonna kind of double stack this. I have no idea how well this is going to go stability wise for the Paystar, but hey, we're gonna try it anyways. The one good thing is that I do have OHD ones on the Paystar at the moment. I'm not running mud tires, which may hinder our performance a good bit in the river crossing that's up over this way, but it should help us with stability quite a bit quite a bit more than the mud tires would anyways, because the mud tires are still broken on this truck for whatever reason. They're still way too narrow, or they're still pushed in really far on the rear of the truck for whatever reason. You know the bug I'm talking about? It's a bug that's been around since season 11, and it's still there. Also, I don't know why I have the truck facing this way. I need it to face the other way, so I can drive out of here easily. Oh, whatever. I'm just gonna really hope that I don't get stuck in the river, because if I get stuck in the river, or if I flip or anything like that, yeah, this is gonna be awkward to fix. It's gonna be really awkward to fix. Yeah, I'll try my best to kind of show the highlights of this little trip here. Yeah, okay, so here is where the river crossing is. So yeah, once we get across here, yeah, there's just a little bit more trails that we have to go up, and then we'll be up near the steel, well, the metal plant, the steel mill, whatever you want to call it, and we'll be also up near sort of near where the tunnel is. We'll be up where the Chevrolet Kodiak fuel vehicle is. Yeah, honestly, fuel is honestly one of the biggest concerns at the moment. We are absolutely chewing through my fuel tank. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Jeez, I need to actually get across here before I run out of fuel. That's an even bigger concern. Yeah, honestly, if we run out of fuel before we manage to actually make it across the river, that's going to be really embarrassing. That's going to be extremely embarrassing, in fact. Come on, Paystar. Push through. Push through. Please. Please, do not run out of fuel. If you run out of fuel here, this is going to be... This is a terrible spot to run out of fuel in. It's a horrible... It's terrible. It's really bad. It's a really bad spot to run out of fuel in. Okay, drive through here. Okay, so we are going to make it through the river. However... we still need to make it up onto like the main road and whatnot, so I don't know whether or not I should call this a success. I really don't. We're in the red now. I hate how this thing just 33 liters a minute we're on at the moment. Oh my god. Yeah, that's a healthy appetite. Okay, it's pretty dead in the water at the moment. Yeah, so that's how far we made it. Cool. Well, fortunately, that's not too bad for us to drive this thing out there. It's not too bad. Alright, refuel that bad boy. Get him out under his own power. Come on, there you go. Now you're burning all the fuel. It's already gone. It went through like 3 liters instantly. Oh my god. Jeez. It's going... Honestly, the rate at which the fuel goes down in this truck is just... It's beyond... It just goes beyond... It's just... I just look at it in absolute disbelief sometimes. It's just so... It's just... We're already down onto 260s. Gosh. This thing needs a bigger fuel tank. Or at least a roof rack. Could we... I seriously wish that this thing could get at least one of those things. I really wish it did. Probably never will, though. Alright, guys, so I'm just driving under the bridge now. So we're just past there. Yeah, we've burned through 100 liters. I have found a small bit of good way. Well, it's not something I've just found or anything like that. It's a technique that you sometimes, you know, kind of turn into a bit of a habit sometimes when you try driving this vehicle. Just kind of alternating between all-wheel drive and diff lock. Trying to keep the all-wheel drive off in this truck is definitely something you want to do as much as possible, because it's the only way you're going to really save fuel. Like the minute you turn off the all-wheel drive, your fuel consumption goes down by about at least 10 liters per minute, which is big, especially when this truck is burning 30 odd liters a minute when you're in when it's in full force, which is just crazy. Like, look at it there, 32. Yeah, it's just that's just what it's doing. It's going up to 33. It does calm down a bit so long as it's not doing too much, but yeah, that's about where it likes to sit. I mean, like, the size of the fuel tank in this thing really pisses me off. Like, it's only 280 liters. Like, 280 liters, that's the size of an average heavy duty or off-road truck, you know. That's the size of well, I wouldn't say maybe average. It might be kind of large for those kind of trucks, but I'd go as far as say average size for a medium-sized truck. That's what I'd say that is. Sure, actually, that's the size of the fuel tank in the Caterpillar CT680. Now that I think of it, like, somehow that truck and this truck share the same fuel tank size, and one of them has 2 more axles. like you can't make some of this stuff up. Like, out of the 2 10x10s in the game, this is the one that I definitely like the most, but it's definitely the one that's a lot more impractical. I just don't like, I mean, like, the Azov 73210 is a pretty good truck, but I don't know, I just kind of like this thing a small bit better. I just do. It's just the way I am. But anyways, we're here at the concrete plant, so we're doing pretty well. Also, there's a fuel trailer here, so yeah, we're just gonna refuel from him. All right, and here we go. Oh wait, this button. Yes. Pack. Bop, bop, bop. Okay, so that's 10 cement in there now. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Alright, 2 concrete blocks. Yeah, that's what we need. And yeah, 1 cement actually gives us 2 blocks, so we don't even need to use up any more cement. So that's quite good. Yeah, so now I'm going to... Yeah, it's a bit overkill just to transport the 2 blocks, I suppose, but... Yeah, this is just the way I have to do it. But actually, we're actually going to take some slabs with us here, just because we'll be able to deliver them to the to Solace Bay, because there's a couple of jobs that need these. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and drop these blocks up to the bridge here. Alright guys, and I am back up at the bridge here. So we'll just go ahead and deliver these blocks to here. Bam bam. We're going to restore our crane. We're going to pack our cargo and shut ourselves down so we stop wasting fuel, because this thing keeps wasting it. Well, it doesn't, but it uses a lot. Okay, so now that we have the blocks delivered to there, next most important thing I think is going to be to get the metal beams, which both jobs that we're doing at the moment require 2 sets of beams. So yeah, we're gonna do this the easy way. We're gonna go grab 4 beams using the PLAD here, and I'm going to fast forward this part. Yeah. Alright guys, and here we are at the power tower. I have delivered the 2 beams necessary for the bridge. But there we are. That's that part of that mission done. And now that we have the beams delivered for both missions, we're going to move on to the next common part of both the missions, which is the service spares. And the service spares, we are going to be grabbing them from Selten River National Park from the Forest Service Warehouse. And I'm going to be showing this part of the journey as well, because we are going to be using something that was recently added to the game. Not the truck itself, obviously, just the just the flatbed add-on here for the Caterpillar 745C. Yeah, it has been a few weeks since this was added, but obviously I haven't used it yet. But obviously I definitely need to use it because, I mean, it's just real. It's so cool. It's like an oil field bed. It's like, it's something that I would expect to see on the Kenworth 963. It's something that matches the kind of stuff that was put onto that. Like, it's, yeah, like, it's a really nicely done add-on for this thing. I mean, I know they also added like the new service rigs, you know, repair and fueling rigs for boat Caterpillars. When I say boat, I mean the 745C and the 770G. The two kind of I suppose, what would you call them? They'd usually be dumper haul trucks. That's the way they'd usually be outfitted. Let's be honest. The way we use them in game, these two trucks, they're not really. It's not really reflective of the way that they get used in real life. That's, well, it's a small bit reflective, but not entirely. that's the way. That's the best way to put it. But yeah, honestly, it's a real welcome addition to the game. this flatbed. It still doesn't really give this thing a whole lot of versatility, but at least it has more versatility. I mean, like, we still can't have a crane. They also added the high saddle for this thing, which I just love. I need to use this thing with a high saddle. I need to use that. I need to do that at some point as well. That's going to be real fun to do. But honestly, having this thing and just having the ability to even just carry two units of cargo, and also then being able to attach trailers up to it. We couldn't attach trailers to this before either, could we? I know we couldn't attach trailers to the 770G before this update, but were we able to attach trailers to the 745C? Sorry. I'm actually starting to confuse myself a small bit. I'm actually not sure. Huh. Well, whatever. I mean, also another cool buff, at least, that they gave to this truck. They gave it a snorkel. Well, it's not really a snorkel. It's just a I suppose, fender-mounted intake air filter that's just right there. It didn't have that before, and geez, it really needed it, because anytime the nose just kind of, I don't remember where exactly the intake was on this thing before, but it would always start intaking water, you know, if it got up to around where the Caterpillar badge there is on the grill. That's when it would start intaking water into the engine, and that used to be super annoying. I think that's about where it was. I don't know. It honestly has been a hot minute since I've used this vehicle, because I mean, like, the two main things that I used to use this vehicle, that I really used this vehicle for, was as a recovery vehicle and as a refueling truck. And the problem is, the developers have been, if I'm being honest, adding quite a few trucks that are very good in those kind of situations as of recent. Like, they added the Azov Atom there not too long ago, and that thing is just a this is just a beast of a repair and refuel rig. like, there's just no reason why you wouldn't use it as that. Well, unless you wanted to use it for doing a bit of cargo, which obviously it's really good for that purpose as well. But like, the service add-on on it is just amazing. That's the point I'm trying to make. And then, yeah, you know, like this truck, like I said, the other reason why I used to use it a lot, at least when I started out in the game, you know, as a recovery vehicle. And yeah, I did use it a lot as a recovery vehicle because back then, when I was new to the game, and I wasn't very good at it, I often needed to pull myself out of sticky situations. But I suppose the problem nowadays is I'm usually at least somewhat smart when picking trucks, and also, you know, picking what I'm going to do with trucks and picking my routes and stuff like that. So yeah, I really don't end up getting at least big trucks, or yeah, I really don't end up getting stuck in such a way that I need a vehicle this powerful, such as this a vehicle such as this thing, a vehicle that has as much power as this thing does. I never really screw up in such a way that I need something this good to you know, get myself out of a sticky situation. I just don't really do that anymore. That's the thing. So yeah, it's kind of one of those trucks that it's one of those trucks I love. I just love from when I started playing the game. But as you get kind of further into the game, I have to be honest, I struggle to find a good reasons to actually use it. That's the one sad thing about this truck for me. But the fact that they have added these new add-ons for it is mint. It's real good. It's really, really good. I should be using this thing more often from now more often now anyways. Should. Yeah, I'm kind of saying should in kind of inverted commas, because, well, the problem is, like, this is another problem that I just have with the game. Like, which it's not really a problem I have with the game, it's just the way the game is. Like, the game has been going on so long now that we actually have so many trucks in the game that, you know, I want to try and use them all, but at the same time, there's always trucks that I just want to use. There's trucks that I always kind of go back to just because I like them, you know, practical-wise and versatility-wise. But, you know, there's just so many trucks in the game now that, you know, sometimes it's very easy to forget about the base game trucks. That's the best way to put it. That's just kind of the way it is. Which, like I said, is kind of a thing I hate and love about the game at the same time. I love the fact that this game's gone on for that long, but I hate the fact that it kind of makes me forget about some of the trucks from the base game that really really kind of made me love the game at the start, you know? Okay, but yeah, we're just at the logistics center now. So we're gonna go in here. I'm gonna get my refueling. I'm gonna get some more fuel here. Yeah, we got the Atom out here, like I was talking about it. Refuel. Bah, bah, bah. Yeah, 2,500 liters that repair add-on has. That's what I'm talking. Like, it's huge repair. It's a huge refueling add-on on that thing. Honestly, it feels weird refueling this truck, if I'm being honest, from another truck, because I feel like anytime I've ever had to refuel this truck, I just refuel it from its own refueling add-on, because 90% of the time that I've been using this truck, I've been using it as a refueling truck. So that's probably a first, if I'm being honest, refueling this from another truck. That legit might be a first for me. Okay, so we got 2 service spares in there, so that's good. Now we can just deliver the 2 service spares up to the bridge. I'll cut this part out, probably, if I'm being honest. into the box here, and that's going to be the bridge done. Oh yeah, it's a nice bridge, very nice. A pillar of progress. Thanks to you, the workers will have all the construction materials and equipment they need, which means the power plant will be commissioned on time. We were worried we wouldn't be able to meet the deadline, but it's all fine now. Thanks for your contribution. So 1750 XP and 16,600 monies for that. Okay, very good. Yeah, that's a good looking bridge right there. Yeah, that was actually one of the plot points in the whatchamacallit, in the job description or whatever. It said yeah, they needed this bridge to get the materials to the dam, which I suppose is technically true, but at the same time, yeah, I don't know. But it's good that we can use this bridge now, because that will allow us pretty easy access to the concrete plant now, especially since we have the concrete plant road and the concrete plant up and running. We did that in the last episode, just in case people are wondering. But now we are going to go ahead and, well, we're going to finish Lifeline, obviously. And we're going to finish it by, well, we'll start finishing it by first bringing the coiled tubing trailer over there. We've got the, what's this thing called again? I forget. Avenhorn. The Avenhorn A15. We've got him here. Hook up to the trailer. I'm gonna fast forward this here quickly. Shouldn't be too hard, considering we just got to drive on main road now in order to get the coiled tubing trailer over there. So I'll see you guys here in a quick second. Alright guys, and here we are with the coiled tubing trailer. Didn't take too long. Well, I suppose it took a decent amount of time in its own right, but still, having that bridge and being able to use the main road there, yeah, made that pretty quick and easy, if I'm being honest. But anyways, here now comes what is probably going to be the longest part of the video for me, or the longest single transport of the video for me, and that's going to be the vehicle spares, because they have to come from Solace Bay, and, well, yeah, I don't know. The way I'm doing it is I'm going to take sort of the main road sort of route the entire way through the 3 maps in order to get the vehicle spares up to here. The reason why I'm kind of doing it that way as well is because, hang on a second, where is it? Logistics in action. There's no point in me just bringing 2 vehicle spares from Solace Bay. I may as well try and bring a lot more of that, at least a full truckload. So we're going to bring 6. We're going to bring the vehicle spares for the logistics center here. Yeah, alright guys, so here I am on Solace Bay once again. This time we're in the Kenworth W990, another truck that I just had set up for this video. Or well, I didn't just have it set up for this video. I went out and set it up for this video. Yeah, it took me quite a lot of time to set up for this video, if I'm being honest. But yeah, essentially what we're going to do here is we've got 6 vehicle spares on this step deck trailer here. We're going to head on out of town here. We're just going to drive up using all the main roads pretty much through to Selten River National Park. Yeah, we're gonna drive from here, all the way up around here, still taking all the main road through to Selten Mountains, and yeah, up the same section of road that we came there a minute ago with the Caterpillar and whatnot. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a bit of a drive for me, but once again, I am going to fast forward this just because, yeah, it's definitely going to be easier for me to do it that way. So yeah, I'll see you guys here in a second once we get this done. Alright guys, and here we are with the vehicle spares. We're not going to be finishing this mission here, logistics in action. We'll do that, we'll finish that another day. Hang on a second, can I just quickly here, it's still only count, have to move it. Okay, there we go. Honestly, you know what? You want to know one thing that I kind of hate about myself? The main reason why I chose the W990 was to do this part of the mission or whatever is because it's a fast truck. You know, it's a reasonable thing to do. It's a fast truck to use on the highway or whatever on the main roads. But I still kept off-road boxing it. I probably could have gotten this done quicker. It's taken me about, I think, like 15 minutes all in all to drive this whole way. So it's pretty good if I'm being honest. Definitely be worse if I were using some big heavy truck. Some slow one. Oh. Wait, what? What do you mean move? Okay. That's kind of strange. This is the construction zone. Okay. I thought that was a construction zone, no? Okay, that's weird. Bam, bam. Okay, that's kind of weird, but hey, it's fine. Hey! We've got the wires and all as well. You know, that was actually one of the things in one of the previous seasons. I don't know if it was like season 12 or something like that. When you fixed the power towers, for whatever reason, the cables didn't connect up. You could fix the towers themselves, but the cables would never connect back up to each other for some reason. Lifeline, thanks for your help in getting the power lines up and running. Hopefully there won't be any more malfunctions to interrupt our work. Your efficiency is a gem. 2,980 XP, that's a lot of XP for that, and 26,850 to complete that. That's a lot. It really is. Okay, but yeah, that's going to have to do it here for today's episode, guys. It's taken me over 2 hours to record this, and also once again, like I said, I'm not sure if I am actually going to have this out on time. So I apologize in advance if I don't have it out on time. I was sick. There's not much I can do about it. But yeah, we got a pretty good amount done there today. Like, those were two pretty big missions. We're still only 46% done, though. Eh. Anyways, thank you all very much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and I will hopefully see you all in the next one. Goodbye.